Well, Shirley Corlett is joining us to talk about her prospects for going for the job of an MLC. And I've been asking people about the hustings as a sort of starter since we've had all that. UV, the MHKs, how do you find that?
It was an interesting one. I've not been in that kind of position before, but I was interested by the questions they put. Some were a little tricky, but I think it gave everybody an opportunity to put their views forward.
Financial services is your background, yes?
It is indeed.
So scrutiny is the
scrutiny, legislation, you name it.
Is that what appealed to you then for the position?
It is. I retired at the end of September last year, and I thought I would look forward to a nice, pleasant, relaxing time. But actually I found that I was really missing the mental stimulation of the role, and I then started to look around to see what there was out there. And LegCo just jumped out at me because the job description just screamed that it was just right for me.
You found them sort of thing. You went,
Yes.
You sort of approached the MHKs
Yes,
to get the backing.
I did.
And was that an interesting? Did you find lots of support there?
I did get some support. I mean, Chris Thomas I've known for many years. He worked with me on my master's degree when he was with the business school, and so I've known him for a very long time. And he was the one that sort of encouraged me to go for it. And I managed to find the other three, which was good because I was a little late coming into the running. But yeah, it's been a good experience.
Are you a political animal? I mean, an MHK ever kind of floated your boat or not?
No, I don't think so. I'm much more of a person that would assist others. I want to do something that uses the skills that I have in relation to legislation. And of course, it's not just the legislative detail that I have, but we've also looked at applications and such like. So it is scrutinising business plans, it is looking at whether somebody is likely to succeed or not. So I feel that I have a fair bit to bring to the party.
And this, everyone's got their own thing, but being a scrutineer of this detail, that you feel that's your thing. So you're not wanting to put legislation forward at all?
I think if there was something that I felt really strongly about, then that would be something I would be interested in.
And what do you feel strongly about?
It's usually financial services orientated, I have to say. And at the moment, I think we're pretty much covered on that. So there's nothing that's a burning desire for me to bring forward at this stage. But what I'd like to be able to do, if I'm lucky enough to be elected, is to be able to get in and get the grounding actually in LegCo, and then look back and see if there's anything that really is something that I wish to pursue. I'm very open to discussions with people. I find people come to me with their problems, and I'm hopeful that if there is something out there that people feel that I can help with, that they will feel that I'm approachable and can contact me.
And Lord Vane, what do you make of the way he puts it forward for the future direction, and what's your idea?
It was an interesting one. I think he did quite a thorough review, but I'm not quite sure that it was 100% right for the island, and obviously the MHKs felt in a similar vein, and I think there's still things to be done. I think there are still improvements that can be made. I think LegCo needs to be a bit more transparent, the role that it plays. I think the man in the street really is somewhat bemused by what people do in LegCo.
Did you know what they did in LegCo?
I had a fair idea to some extent, because obviously I've taken legislation through Tynwald, so I've been involved in that process. So I'm familiar with that as well. But, you know, I think whilst MHKs are very familiar with the general public, the LegCo members are less so, and I think that needs to change.
And something you'd look at then?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do you see yourself doing this as a long-term thing? Are you going to be a career MLC?
I'm one of those people, I love to be busy and I love to be challenged. And if this job gives me that, and I think it will, then yes, I think I'll be long-term. And
the makeup, do you think you can, you've got the strength to bring other people with you on Legislative Council and the MHK?
I think so. I'm used to being working with people who are not necessarily in agreement with each other. I am used to dealing with that, and things like chairing meetings and such like. I am someone who will bring the parties together and help them work together.
And where do you go from here? I mean, if you don't get in, would you keep at it? Would you be back in 2 years' time?
I think there's a strong possibility that I would be.
And would you like to go on a board? Anything particular you'd like to do?
I would like to be utilised. I'd like my skills to be
So
utilised.
you go on one, would you?
So I think if somebody wanted me to be involved with a department, I would be very pleased to do that. I do think, though, there is a danger that you can get too closely involved, because I see the LegCo membership more as a sort of non-executive director rather than getting too involved in the executive side of things. I think that's more for the MHKs. But I do think that if people need the help, if they're progressing legislation, for example, then that is an area that I would certainly like to get involved with.